Hi everyone, my name is Devashish Padhi, faculty, Chikati Mahavidyalaya. So this is the 5th class of software engineering. Okay. So in the last classes, we have already discussed about software development lifecycle models. Next, we have already discussed about different steps of software development life cycles. Okay. Then after that, we have already discussed about why this SDLC model is used. Then we have already discussed about build and fix model. Next, we have already discussed about the waterfall model. What are the disadvantages of this waterfall model? Next, we have already discussed about iterative waterfall model and the difference between classical waterfall model and iterative waterfall model. Next, we have discussed about evolutionary process model. Okay, what is their application, advantages, disadvantages? We have already discussed in the last class. Hope all of you go through my lectures and understands well. Next, we have already discussed about the prototype model. Okay, so in this series, the next model today we have discussed about, that is known as my spiral model. Okay, we have already discussed about classical waterfall model, iterative waterfall model, evolutionary model, prototype model, build and fix model, and we have already discussed about the different advantages and disadvantages of all this model. And this is the last model of your first unit, that is known as my spiral model. Here we will discuss pictorial representation of spiral model, different phases of spiral model, advantages, disadvantages, and when to use spiral model, and what are the advantages of using the spiral model instead of using the previous models. We will discuss briefly about the spiral model. Okay, so this model it also comes under the SDLC model, that is my software development life cycle. All these steps involved in the previous models are also here, but one new element, that is risk, is considered here. All these steps that we have already discussed about, that is my requirement gathering, design, coding, implementation, test, maintenance, all these models are introduced here, but some new element, new concept is there, that is known as my risk. How risk is handled whenever some problem arises during my software development, that new element is introduced here. It allows for incremental release of the product or incremental refinement through each iteration around the spiral. We will discuss what is generally incremental release and incremental refinement, and why this model is called as the spiral model, because the diagram resembles about the structure of the spiral. The diagram resembles about the structure of the spiral, so it is called as the spiral model. Okay, the spiral model, also known as the spiral life cycle model, is a system development method used in information technology. That means this model is most used model in IT industry or software industry. Okay, because risk factor is handled here. Next thing is, this spiral model is also called as meta model. Why it is called as meta model? Because it consists of all the other models, so it is called as meta model. Again I am telling, because it combines all the models, because it combines all the models of SDLC, waterfall model and prototype model, so it is called as meta model. Why it is called meta model? Now because it consists of all the phases of all the life cycle models, so it is called as meta model. What I have already told you in the first slide, spiral model consists of all the phases of the previous models plus it consists of risk. Otherwise we can tell that spiral model is equal to waterfall model plus risk. Spiral model is equal to waterfall model plus risk. If I combine waterfall model with some risk factor, for handling the risk factor, then that model is called as my spiral model. So spiral model is also called as meta model because it comprises of other models of SDLC, that is waterfall model and prototype model. Here we do software development systematically over the loops. This is the loop. Okay, this is the loop. Okay, this is the loop. We develop the software systematically over the loops, and at the same time we make a prototype and show it to the user after completion of various phases. What we have already discussed in the previous classes, that is known as my prototype model. In case of prototype model, in every step user involvement is there. First ever, we can build a prototype and send to the user. User can evaluate. If the prototype is accepted by the user, then final product is constructed. Similarly, here also, for in every loop we make a prototype and show it to the user after completion of the various phases. Because spiral model is a combination of waterfall model and prototype model plus some risk factor. So in every step we make a prototype and show it to the user. This allow we are able to reduce the risk. How we can why we can do this type of things? Because it reduces the risk factor. Okay. Process is represented as a spiral rather than as a sequence of activities with backtracking. See the diagram of spiral model. It is not a systematic way, sequence way. It is a cyclic way. But in the previous diagrams, see here also, see one diagram. This is the prototyping model. Here the phases are represented in a sequential manner. Okay, one by one. First feasibility study, requirement gathering, weak design, customer evaluation, design. That means all the phases are completed in a sequential manner. But instead of representing all the models in a sequential manner, I can represent each and every process in a spiral manner. That means in a cyclic way. Okay, that is what here written. Process is represented as a spiral rather than as a sequence of activities with backtracking. Backtracking means where backtracking occurs? Now sir, in the iterative waterfall model. See the diagram, iterative waterfall model. Here is it. Iterative waterfall model. I will show you. I will show you the diagram of iterative waterfall model. See, this iterative waterfall model also follows the linear fashion, the sequential fashion, but some backtracking is there. If any type of problem occurs in the previous step, some backtracking is necessary. Backtracking means go to the previous step. I am already in the integration phase, but some problem is there in the system design and software design. That means I can backtrack. Backtrack means move back to the previous step. Backtracking means move back to the previous step. That is known as system design and software design. Okay. So spiral model do not accept these things. Spiral model do not accept the sequential manner, do not accept the backtracking manner. It follows the loop. Each loop is equal to one iteration equal to a process phase. Here one loop represents a one process stage. This is one loop. See the color. Okay, this is one loop. See, this is another color. This is again another loop, another stage. See, this is another stage. Okay, one process phase can be represented in a separate color. One process phase can be represented in a separate color. This is one phase. This is in separate color. This is in another phase. This is in separate color. This is another phase. This is one separate color. As loops move away from the center, time and cost will be increases. This is the center of the loop. If I can move far from the center, then time and cost will be increases. Okay. Then we will discuss what is each step will describe. What is planning? What is risk analysis? What is engineering? What is evaluation? See, nothing is there, but new factor is known as risk analysis is there. Planning is nothing but requirement gathering. Engineering is nothing but coding and implementation. Evaluation is nothing but testing and implementation. But some new factor is there, that is known as my risk analysis. Okay, planning, engineering, evaluation. This comes from the previous phase. This is the new, that is known as my risk analysis. Okay. So this is the same thing. This diagram and this diagram both are same, but here I am writing here. Planning means this is known as requirement gathering. Risk analysis means risk analysis and prototyping. Engineering means coding and testing. Evaluation means customer evaluation. This is the center of your loop. This is the first phase. Okay, first phase means planning, requirement gathering, risk analysis and prototyping. Engineering means testing and coding. Evaluation means customer evaluation. Okay, if I move far away from the center, project cost will be increases and time also will be increases. Then see what is generally a planning phase. What is generally a planning phase? Requirements are gathered, what I have told you. Requirements are gathered during the planning phase. Requirements like BRS and SRS, software requirement specification and business requirement specifications, are gathered in the planning phase. What I have already told you in the previous models, same thing is here. Nothing is new. Okay. Then risk analysis is also there. What is risk analysis? Risk analysis is nothing but if during the project improvement phase, project construction phase, any type of risk arises, then that must be handled. In the risk analysis phase, a process is undertaken to identify risk and alternate solution. A prototype is produced at the end of the risk analysis phase. If any risk is found during the risk analysis, then alternate solutions are suggested and implemented. See, we will discuss about the risk management in your second unit, but I am just give you a small idea about what is risk. Let us consider you develop one project and at the meanwhile some software engineers leave your company. That means development of the software requires more time. So this is one type of risk. I can give a promise to the client side that my software is completed within a 2-month period of time, but due to lack of personnel, my project development may increase to 4-month to 6-month time. So that is one type of risk. We will discuss. If any type of risk arises in the spiral model, then alternate solutions are suggested and that will be implemented. We will discuss how to handle the risk, how to manage the risk in the future topic. Next phase is your engineering phase. This is known as engineering phase. What happens in this engineering phase? Nothing is new, only the coding and the testing will be done. We have already discussed what what the software engineers will do in the coding phase. Now nothing is there, source code is written, and the testing means whatever code is written in the coding phase, whether that code is totally correct or some type of box or errors are present, that may be tested by the testing team that is present on the company. So engineering phase is nothing but my coding and testing phase. Then the last phase is known as my evaluation phase. What happens in case of evaluation phase? Now this phase allows the customer to evaluate the output of the project to date before the project continues to the next spiral. That means this phase is nothing but my implementation phase. After coding and testing phase, that is known as my engineering phase, if this phase is totally successful, then my project is in a position to implement in a certain way. Okay, so this is the last phase of your spiral model. Then this is the simpler diagram. In the first step, identify and understand the requirement, then do the risk analysis, whatever risk is there, then build and test the software. After that, it will be evaluated to the customer need. If some type of problem is there, then again it is transferred for requirement phase. Okay, but this diagram is just for understanding purpose, but in the exam you must draw this diagram. Okay, next, what is the advantage of risk, advantages of spiral model? We have already discussed one advantage, that is risk analysis must be there. Avoidance of risk is enhanced. If any type of risk is there, that may be handled or that may be avoided. Okay, second advantage is the spiral model is for large and expensive complicated project. All the previous model, whatever model that may be your waterfall model, prototype model, that are only suitable for small type of project, but spiral model is generally used for large and expensive models. Next, additional functionality can be added. Development can be divided into small part like different phases in the spiral, and more risk part can be developed earlier, which helps better risk management. Then development is fast because it is divided into smaller parts. Okay, better understanding between developers and customers are there in the spiral model. Next, what is the main disadvantage? Obviously cost may be increases. Okay, since risk is introduced here, so it requires more expert people who have handled the risk and avoid the risk. Okay, management is more complex and it is not suitable for small or low risk of project. Okay, then when I can use spiral model, when there is a budget constraint and risk evaluation is important. When there is risk evaluation is important, I can use spiral model. Okay, and when the requirements is not clear and it very complex, I can use spiral model. Okay, when the project is large, enough time frame is there, okay, then I can use spiral model. And this is the end of your unit 1. We have already discussed all the life cycle models. Unit 1 just consists of all the life cycle model, that is known as my classical waterfall model, iterative waterfall model, prototype model, evolutionary model, and spiral model. Okay, so these are some of the important questions which may arise in your exam. Waterfall model, both classical and iterative. Spiral model, important, very important long question from the examination point of view. Evolutionary model and prototype model. This is all about your unit 1. Hope you will understand all the lectures. If any problem arises, then please call me. Okay, thank you.